Hello students, how are you? I gave one video about voltage distribution trick, and after that I am receiving some questions, some of your doubts, and there I am seeing a common pattern. And see, by this time we have learned, or we are in the process of learning solving various electrical networks, right? In a circuit theory or circuit problems, when we are going to solve them, we are having many weapons, let us say, to have them. Very first, the simplest thing is Ohm's law. Then we studied KCL and KVL, Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Then this we have already studied grouping of resistors, capacitors, and here in current electricity we learned the grouping of cells. So grouping of electrical equipments, and finally I gave you recently the voltage distribution trick. And while giving that, I said that any problem of any difficulty level can be solved using voltage distribution trick, and that is true. However, we have to be smart to choose which weapon to be used where. For example, there may be a question which may be solved very simply using Ohm's law, okay, or just Ohm's law and Kirchhoff law or combination, and there is no need to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, or there is no need to apply the voltage distribution trick also, because these are very difficult problems that can be handled using these rules. So whenever we are solving some problem, our objective is to save time, right? Why just to make it complicated only to apply KVL or only to apply voltage distribution trick? Why to do that? For example, what I am saying, that will be very clear with these little examples I am taking. I am getting some questions from various people. See, in this particular problem, here this problem is given already. There are 4 options are given in the question: 1 ampere to 1.25 ampere, 1.5 ampere, 1.75 ampere, whatever. This network is given. Here you can clearly see that these 2 cells are connected in a parallel, and the combination of that is in a series with this cell, and that is also connected with a 5 ohm resistor, and some current will be flowing here, right? Here also some current will come, here also some current will come. These 2 currents will be adding up and it will flow like this. So what is the current in the circuit? Now see, some of the students are solving it taking one KVL, applying KVL to this loop, okay, and applying KVL to another loop, taking this loop, let us say from here to here. So 2 loop currents they are taking in the solving, and finally they are getting the correct answer, and you will be getting the correct answer. And by some point you will have to take a 0, and from there comparing all the potentials has to be calculated using the voltage distribution technique. You can apply that also and solve. However, this question is designed not for that much complexity. See, grouping of cells, you have a formula. If this is E1, and let us say this is the internal resistance R1, and this is the E2 and internal resistance R2, immediately what is this entire thing you can consider as one system. Now clearly you can see that the 2 cells are in a parallel, okay, and their internal resistances also are parallel. So immediately what is the effective EMF? E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. That is the trick, right? E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. That is the trick. And after that 2 resistances are in a parallel. So R1 R2 by, so internal resistance, effective internal resistance is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Apply these 2 and immediately you are getting it orally, right? See, 6 into 2 plus 2 into 2. So 12 plus 4 divided by R1 plus R2 plus 4. So 6 multiplied by 2. E1 R2 plus E2 R1 divided by R1 plus R2, 4. So how much is this? 4 volt, right? So the combination of these 2 is 4 volt. Internal resistance also are combined, connected in a parallel. So 2 into 2 by 2 plus 2, that's 1 ohm. So for this entire thing can be substituted with this is 1 ohm, this is 4 volt. Then simply you put the Ohm's law and get it. These two are in a series, so for 10 plus 4 14 volt, and this is 2 plus 1 3 ohm, and that is in a series with the 5 ohm, so 8 ohm. So what is the current flowing? I is equal to 14 total voltage divided by total resistance, which is 8, is equal to how much? 7 by 4 is equal to 1.75. So the correct answer is this D. Now take up this question. Look at the diagram very clearly. I have taken the question already. What is the potential difference between A and D are asked, and 4 options are given. 5, 10, 15, 20 volts are given. Now see here, Ohm's law cannot be used, that you know. Simply you can see over here. But here you can take some current I1. Here you can take some, in this loop you can take some current I2, and you apply KVL here, apply KVL here. So two equations you will get in I1, I2, two loop currents, and you can solve and find out. And yes, you will get the correct answer using applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law to two loops and getting two unknowns. And in terms of that, we can find out the potential difference from A to D. Now, voltage distribution trick also can solve all the problems using KVL. That's what I said already. Now see how that can be applied over here. Now we are assuming one end to be 0, right? Here see, conveniently if you see, if this, let us assume 0, from here to here it is 20 volt more, lower potential is 0, so this became 20 means 20 volt. Here we don't know, let us say this x, whatever we don't know, we are taking some variable, right? So from here to here it is same, so this also C also is x. So from here to here the same current flows, right? So what current is coming out, that current must be entering in, right? If this current, whatever current I goes here, it comes here, and the same current comes this side, that means no current is going in BC, no current is coming in this direction also. It's not, nothing is getting added or nothing is getting subtracted. What current is leaving, same current is coming to this end, right? Now see, from here to here what current is flowing, that must be same as from here to here what current is flowing. So put it higher, like this current is going, so 20 is at a higher end, higher potential, and x is lower potential. So what we can put, 20 minus x by 6, 20 minus x by 6 is equal to x minus 0, x minus 0 by 4. So we got directly x is equal to 8. Now if this is 8 volt, see between BC no current is flowing, right? If no current is flowing, this 1 ohm is there or not there, it doesn't matter. When current flows, then only there is a potential drop. So here 1 ohm is there. Since current is not flowing, it is acting like one wire only. So if this is 8 and that is the higher potential, this is a 4 volt. So this must be 4 less than that. 8 minus 4, it is 4, right? And between these two nothing is there. So this also is a 4. And from this end there is a 10 volt potential difference, but this is the lower end is a 4, means higher end is a 10 plus 4, 4 plus 10, 14, right? And this one only remained that we don't know, let us say that is y. Now in this loop what current is coming out from here, the same current has to enter here. That means what current is flowing in this 2 ohm resistor, that must be equal to the current flowing in the 3 ohm resistor. 14 minus y by 2 is equal to y minus 4 by 3. 42 plus 8, 50 implies that y is equal to 10. So y is equal to 10 volt and D is equal to 0 volt, and simply VAD is equal to VA minus VD is equal to 10 minus 0 is equal to 10 volt. So B is the correct answer. Now take this problem as a homework, just exactly how, what kind of problem we had to solve. The similar problem is this, so only a little alteration has happened with the numbers, and the registers are rearranged here and there. We will take down this thing, find out the potential difference between A and D is the question. What you will do is, you put the KVL in this loop and put KVL in this loop and solve, and you yourself see how much time that is taking, and after that you apply the voltage distribution trick and solve again. Now just a clue, like I am just saying, you can assume this end to be 0, so this will be 0, and if this is 0 this will be 4, and if this is 4 there is no resistance, 5 more will be there, this is 9, and in this process you can start and proceed. And the answer I am saying that the answer is a 10.4 volt is coming, final answer. Anyway, you solve it using both, once using KVL and once using voltage distribution trick, and you yourself judge which is more quicker and more smarter. Wish you all the best.